Are you okay?
Yes.
You had some Delilah stuff going on.
Yes.
Are you like talking about people having things in them that changes their personality? Are you the same?
I don't know. I think so. Maybe it's an exercise for all of us.
To just sort of be self-aware? Mm-hmm. Okay. Do you get urges to do things?
Yes.
Like what? Like bad things? Like kill people?
I had to be away from the shard whenever it was out because I kept having this impulsive urge to just reach out and grab it.
But now it's in them, so are you gonna like rip them open to get it out? Don't look happy about that shit.
No, I didn't think so. I think now that it's like formed with their essence, I don't think she wants it.
That's just a guess though, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
No, don't you ever hear, like, if you make a deal with, remember, Laudna, we talked about this, with the witch in the woods, then usually you ask for something and they'll give it to you, but they'll give it to you in a way that actually hurts you or is not what exactly you asked for. Like, if you asked to live forever, maybe they would turn you undead, or they would turn you into a vampire, or something like that. So you wouldn't live forever.
We're not talking about a witch in the woods. We're talking about Anna Mori, our friend.
I know she's a friend to us, and she's wonderful.
Right.
Oh, hey, welcome back, Fern.
Thanks.
But what Imogen is trying to say is, this is how these tales come to be, as people interpret our beloved Nana Mori. And they, as they tell and share these stories, then it gets,
You know what it sounds like to me?
Wait, holy shit, did someone make a wish?
I did.
Oh
yeah.
my god.
Those sound like haters. Just to be
She
honest.
made a deal with your Nana.
Oh, great.
Right?
Great.
See?
All right.
Well, like we were just talking about the breadcrumb thing. I feel like this is a perfect, yeah.
As long as you deliver, and as long as you, stay true to your word, it'll be fine.
You feel yourself glide past the clouds into the starry sky. You feel the shift of color from black and white to red, black and white to red. And you find yourself almost in a corkscrew, the stars swirling around as you continue kind of drifting, looking outward. You can see what looks like a distant comet, just kind of leaving a tail behind it. And as you follow it, you see these 4 other flickering lights that seem to follow behind you. And their presence is warm and welcoming, and you recognize the sensation of your friends. And the rest of you feel yourselves drift into this dream, being pulled through a starry expanse, but you also feel that vibration of energy. As you all glance upward, you can see you ride along this impossibly distant tether of red, piercing energy. Just flickering as it goes. As you glance up, it almost feels like it curves up into the massive red orb that is the moon of ill omen, Ruidus. You feel as you can glide along, one of these pulsing sparks races past and almost catches you, like your force of will now finds purchase on the momentum, and you find yourself being dragged like you're one of the gondolas in Drusar, just shooting along this beam. The rest of you feel yourselves being pulled along, dragged by some invisible chains, tethered to Imogen's spirit, drifting through this dream. As you glide faster and faster, like a roller coaster, you just drift this faint upward curve. Everything is slightly changed and warped. What should be a straight beam itself seems to have a roundness to it. The moon itself seems impossibly large, then small and distant, but then it's there. And before long, you untether from it and drift faster towards the surface of this moon. Faster and faster. You can see the swirling of dust clouds gathering and tearing into the countryside. You can see massive mountain ranges that burst through in places. You can see what looks like chasms that crack into its surface. And the closer you get, you can see almost like slivers of silver that seem to carve through parts of the landscape. You get pulled into the storm. As it does, the red dust completely fills your periphery, and you find yourself once more brought to the familiar, terrifying center core of the Iridium storms that have haunted you since childhood. Here, in this lost space, the heavy sounds of wind starting by, you look about you and you have no sense of up or down. You just know you're in the storm. You just know you're lost. What do you wish to do?
Can I try to open my mind?
Sure. You let loose on some of the still-sounding boundaries that sit on the outside of your consciousness, and as they kind of open up, you feel like you're tapping into a larger consciousness for a brief moment. Like thousands of voices sit just along the periphery of your capability to grasp them. Like background radiation that just kind of flickers beyond reach. You do sense the ground not far below.
Lie down and land.
Your feet touch the ground and gravity sets in. You feel your hair drift down across your shoulders. You feel your outfit in this dreamscape fall to your sides. And you glance back up and you watch as the storm kind of dissipates in an upward kind of eye of a hurricane. And you can see the stars once more straight above, the columns almost a half-mile high of the storm just swirling around. And you can see the beautiful blue and green glow of Exandria far above. And that single red shoelace tether, straight as an arrow, just keeping it bound there. As you stand here on the surface, to your feet touching the ground, as you look up to the world where all of your life has been known, you feel that like a bassy vibration once more course through your legs, through your chest, through your very essence. There is that calling again, that feeling, that beckoning.
I'm going to sink down to my knees and reach my hand out and touch the ground.
The very ground itself feels like it's a thunderous vibration, like a stampede unseen is perpetually plowing by. You almost see the stones that are barely visible beyond the choking of the storm itself kind of jittering, dancing around from the impact as your hands touch the ground. The ground is warm.
If I drift too far. And in my head, I'm gonna think and send out a thought through the ground. I'm gonna think, bring me home.
Do you fight this beckoning?
I don't.
Like a metal latch that holds the edge of a cord, the only thing that's kept you dangling above an abyss, you allow it to snap. And you feel yourself tumble into the ground, drifting into darkness as that black warmth envelops you. The three of you feel yourself pulled to the ground and through it into the same darkness, but it is rough. It is jagged. It is scary. You see nothing and feel nothing except for dread. An alien presence that washes over and through you. And you feel comfort. Sensations of running into your mother's arms when you were a child. Memories of hugging your favorite horses. That sense of belonging. You think of what it's like to fall into Laudna's embrace. All these things that you want, all these things that make you feel right, they're here also. And as you tumble, you pass through flashes of lightless rock like a ghost. You drift deeper, feeling the pull strengthen as these lights pass by, these flashes of color, and you know they're caverns. Networks of endless caverns that dig deep, snaking like a labyrinth beneath the crust of Ruidus. You see glimpses of teal glowing crystal and subterranean rivers, water, oceans of water that exist beneath the surface, and odd, weird, alien red life that swim through it and take a glance at you with just an instant. Weird alien green eyes that open just as you pass, woof, drifting into the next wave of rock. Then darkness still. Your descent begins to slow. And for a brief moment, a distant voice calls from above where you once were. Wait, Imogen, no. And it's gone. Your descent slows to a stop. The three of you detach and drift into suffocating darkness, and Imogen is gone.
Me too?
The spell ends.
We wake up.
You wake up.
And she's still asleep.
Imogen. Here in this darkness, you sense a presence unlike anything you've ever experienced. It is so immense that your entire being vibrates with unbridled power. You worry as it suffuses you, you might be pulled apart. That white flash you saw when you screamed at the stabbing of Laudna, these moments where the world seems to rend itself around you now, that same power pulls to rend you from all sides. Yet, you belong here. You are home. This is the womb. And you wish nothing more than to return to this place with your entire core. And you wake up.
Hey, you okay?
How much longer was she asleep in real time?
But a moment later,
Okay.
You took a little longer than us to get back. A little bit.
Thought we got separated again. Or pushed. Yeah. Was that you that sent us back?
I don't know. I think so.
You okay?
Huh?
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Insight check. Ooh. Natural 20.
Oh!
I want to know if she looks distracted, disconcerted, or if she looks like she's masking, guarding.
you want to give him a whisper?
Ooh!
Unless you want to roll deception or persuasion.
Whisper. Cast whisper.
Oh, she's doing a whisper.
Oh, wow.
What is she saying to him? You'll never know.
Does that mean?
I don't have a whisper ahead.
She's saying, this whisper is brought.
I'll just have a resolution.
No time for TikTok time.
Are you all right? How did that feel?
I mean, it felt like it felt good. It felt good.
It was pretty terrifying.
Terrifying.
Getting pulled through the darkness, not being able to see you guys. Then we didn't know where you were.
I was right behind you guys. Right?
Up until the end.
Right. I felt you guys drift away, and then I came right after.
Yeah.
But it's good that it felt good, right? This is what we talked about. Embracing it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's true.
Does anybody need to watch you when we really go to sleep?
I don't think so. I think. How often do dreams hit twice, right?
I mean, me all the time, but that's weird. So, and you'll have Laudna, it'll be fine. You'll scream bloody murder if something bad happens, right?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
I'm a very
Or if
light
something-
sleeper.
Or if something really good happens.
Let's.
I'm gonna put on the monocle of true essence. Fog the fuck out of it. Hold on, I did that in the wrong order. Can I use see invisibility to look around the room and see if Imogen's dream has attracted anything that wasn't there before?
That's valid. Placing it on and watching your vision kind of, it's interesting. You just unfogged it, put it on, and when you initiate it, it almost fogs again. But as the fog parts rapidly within, there's a new kind of a gossamer sheen on everything in the room. And as you look about, nothing that seems to catch your attention. In the midst of that cold but safe space, Imogen, you can't help but keep hearing the sound of your mother's voice. Thinking back to that sensation in that core of the moon and missing it. Now, what we have before us in this short time is a bit ramshackle, but I think it will do for what is necessary to get you to the Bloody Bridge and beyond.
That should be your autobiography title.
To the Bloody Bridge and beyond.
Yes.
I like that.
Yes, they have a strong connection there, but I think that is also what makes them so dangerous, both unseen and more capable. So,
Very capable.
I trust they are capable. For they know that if they turn, the storm will find them. But you are of the storm, are you not?
I am the storm, baby.
Is the pull more since your dream?
Yeah.
What if you get up there, though, and I don't want to stand between something that you might really want? What if you do want to go with them? What if that is your calling?
Well, I'm not gonna lie. Part of it feels like it is, but I'm not blind, y'all. I know what's right. Even if my heart would say otherwise at some point. Just, keep me present.
You've got her. And you've got
course.
us. That's enough.
Yeah.
Reaches up and gives her arm a little squeeze.
I just kind of awkwardly start hovering
They eventually
nearby.
step away, and you watch her sigh deeply. Her lengthy coat of
Just circle around till I'm in her periphery.
hi, hello. Sorry. There's a lot.
Hello.
There's a lot going on.
Oh, yes. yes. No,
Laudna.
It's crazy. Yes,
Yes.
oh my god, you remembered my name.
Of course. What?
You're very pretty.
Wow.
I just couldn't. I noticed you seemed kind of distracted.
There's a lot going on in the world, right?
No, I know, it's crazy. Are you distracted because you like looking at us like, ooh, nostalgia and thinking of fonder times? Or is it because that feathered man who turned into a marble?
She glances by, and you can see now the direction that she kept kind of glancing off is the direction she looks, and it's directly towards the red beam of the Malleus Key. And you see as she looks off and kind of takes a deep breath without looking at you, she just says, "We have to set him free."
Is that why you volunteered to come with us? To escort us to the base of the bridge?
No.
Insight check.
She makes eye contact with you and says, "Because it's my responsibility as a protector of my people and the people of this world, I do this. And in doing so, hope to maybe help him too."
He's being used to power the bridge, yeah?
Yeah. We assume.
They all keep saying we need the bridge to return. Is that true? Or is there another way?
As far as I know, all the great arcanists have been thinking just on this problem for a number of weeks now. And the bridge is the only connection we have to Rhodus. No teleportation, no divination, no magic seems to cross that threshold. The bridge is the only thing that gets there. That's why Ludinus made it. That's why you need to take it. That's why it needs to stay until we're all done. But when we're done, we set him free.
So you're escorting us, but you also get to check in on him a little bit.
From a distance.
Well, I just wanted to ask, I hope I wasn't prying. Maybe when we're up there and we're scouting, we discover the source of why things are so limited in traveling there. Can add that to that incredibly long list that I tried to jot down of all the things we need to find out. And I'll add that.
I appreciate that.
Okay. Well, I know there's so much going on, so I'll let you do it. What?
I'm sorry.
For what?
For everything. You see a wave of remorse cross her face as she kind of nods and walks away.
That was unsettling. How's it going over here?
I'm gonna float up and land on this rock right here. I'm gonna, in Chet's head, I'm just gonna say, "Go with me."
Oh boy. Oh boy.
And I'm gonna point at him, hold my head, and go, "Stop!"
Ah!
Yeah. And I'm gonna look over at the Rylorans.
The juggernaut that has been struck a bunch like turns and makes this like growl under its mouth where it would, but no sound comes out as it turns. It like lifts a fist up, kind of looks back in your direction.
One of the attackers.
Are you saying this or thinking
I'm
it?
thinking it.
Okay.
Yeah. You can see the juggernaut is now preparing to grab.
No,
Chetney.
before he does, I'm going to, oh God. What a fucking waste. Are you kidding me? I'm gonna cast telekinesis, and I'm gonna grab Chet and
Okay.
pull him over to me.
Do you resist?
Her telekinesis?
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
No.
All right, so as the juggernaut kind of both like massive hands out, it's like bone cestus around its knuckles, like kind of like reaching out to try and grab you. You just woof, get lifted off the ground, your arms kind of held at the side, and you get shunted over to where Imogen is.
Snap my neck.
I'm gonna pretend like I snap his neck.
Okay, you make a deception check. You watch as like the juggernaut watches you swish over, watches you make that motion with your hand and your neck snap, and both of them kind of look over and give a nod and kind of stand there at the basis.
I'm gonna say, he wasn't alone. Search for more. And I'll look over at my group and say, spread out.
Okay.
Verbally?
Roger, Roger.
You got
No,
it right
I'll-
out.
Are we spreading out or are we just all
I'll just say spread out with my brain, but you'll know I'm saying spread out.
Okay.
I'm just gonna confidently start going over the edge, just walking like I was.
But look like you're looking for invisible people.
You watch as the Ryloran kind of scans past its burrow frowns as it glances over at you. It kind of takes its hand and does this with it. As it does, you watch as Laudna gets lifted off the ground, arcs about 8 or so feet in the air before falling nearly prone back this way and barely catching herself. And then immediately it goes ahead and pulls a club, and then all the rest of you in your heads hear from it saying, "Into the bus!"
Well, the two other Ryloran that have their backs against the wall kind of cock their heads at different times in your direction. You hear in your mind, "Exultant. I do not recognize you."
Don't you?
Make one more deception check for me.
Well,
Are you trying to play yourself off as your mother?
As her daughter. Like,
Oh.
I'm trying to play it off that they should recognize who I am.
They both kind of give a nod. And what do we owe the pleasure and honor?
That prisoner. I want him.
Why?
Who are you to question me?
Just curious, that's all. No disrespect.
Are you aware of a phrase we say here in Exandria? Curiosity killed the cat.
No? You familiar with the Rudian phrase? I just throw this around back and forth. Make you fucking laugh.
you familiar?
Fuck off, bitch.
Get the fuck out of here. To step where uninvited calls immediate malice. No disrespect presented to you, but we were given specific orders by Otahan herself to keep watch over this. I've not been given instruction that you outrank Otahan, so I have to stick with the orders that were given.
I'll have to talk to Otahan.
As you're rushing by, you hear these whispers in your mind, like, It's kind of, you get a taste of your own medicine for a moment. It doesn't quite impact you yet, but as you rush by and you hinge backward your head and shoot these blasts out of your face towards it, it gets hit twice. It's like distracted by all the things happening around it. Yeah, it's taking some hits. And you want to continue?
Go.
I just make eye contact with Imogen. You better be right behind me.
I will.
I'm going up, I say to everybody in my head.
You watch as Laudna kind of climbs up the side until your hands begin to kind of pull away from the side of the key, and almost like you're like a kitten being plucked by the scruff, you get pulled up.
It tingles.
Yeah, I'm gonna go over to Chet and hold on to your arm.
Like Wizard of Oz.
Yeah. And I'm gonna read the spell of Dimension Door.
Oh.
Cool.
Okay. You pull the scroll out. You begin muttering the incantation, and as you glance up past the edge of the scrolls, you finish the final phrase. You can see the Thought Eater, like just that stare barreling down on you. In your mind, you hear, "We'll come and we'll find you. I would like to taste what's in that mind."
I'm gonna kill you and all your friends.
You both vanish, teleporting into the base of the bridge.
Right at the edge. Yeah.
As you both like appear, and it looks like you're about to fall, but you just continue to drift slowly up, arm in arm, as you both kind of look at each other and look up at the ever intense, glowing, bright red, shaking energy before you can see the dusty plumes of red storms that swirl on the horizon. And just beyond them, above, you can see the endless sea of stars. And the entirety of Exandria there, consuming a quarter of the sky above you.
Imogen.
Oh.
Yes.
I mean, yes.
You're concentrating and focusing. Everyone's going about their business. You notice this like shimmer of just the faintest bit of energy that just kind of rests in the air, like this, almost like how magnetic powers near iron filings can like draw them together. Like there's just this ever-present red energy that kind of just sits around you. Like if you just look off into space, into the blue sky for too long, you can kind of just make out the ever-shifting pattern of this energy. It's always been there, and it's about you've come to now realize it's probably part of your essence of a Ruidusborn. But you can see it kind of like drawn in a direction, and you watch it shift, and the only thing that's shifting is Fern. Like there's part of your energy that's kind of reaching out, or at least is connected in some way that you can't describe.
I'm just moving slow-mo.
Deadass?
Yeah.
Can you come over here?
Sure.
Slowly.
As she walks toward me, does it get like stronger, that feeling?
It does, like faintly. It's. You saw this once before. When right before the Bloody Bridge was created, when the event happened at the Malleus Key, and all the various Ruidusborn felt this kind of this previously unknown energy of exultant or not being drawn towards this central event. But that never went away. It wasn't expended. That was just a manifestation of this innate power. And now here on this planet, it seems like it's slightly more present or visible than you could previously expect. And so if you just concentrate, but just kind of hold still and don't focus directly on something, but just kind of let your vision take in the space, you can see this kind of ever so faint ethereal red tether between the two of you.
Do you see that?
What? Do I see it?
Unfocus your eyes. Have you ever looked at one of those magic images, where you
Oh yeah,
You
yeah.
unfocus
where
your eyes
get
and
all
then you see
weird, and
something
everyone's
else.
like, I see this.
Yeah,
and I'm
like, oh,
I
it's a
can't, but
sailboat.
my eyes just hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Try to do that.
Okay.
Now, Fern, you have a pretty high passive perception, so it's very easy for you to pick up on this particular pattern.
Well, I know.
They make them in Rosona.
We have a bloody bridge between us.
Wow.
But even just kind of taking a moment, you would not really kind of focused on the connection between Rudisborn and kind of those power sets, those seeds of Predathos's ability that rested in each of you. But you now see that it's not independent, meaning there is something that connects you all, even on some unseen level, that is only just barely visible here. And if you want to check your feats real fast, you have a new feature.
Me?
Yes.
I wonder if we could maybe like use this if we like did a spell in conjunction with each
Yes.
other, like it might amplify
It
it,
could
in some
amplify
way.
Enter this bloody conversation.
This is very
Really cool.
This is just women feeling their power. We
Yeah.
should just let this
We're
happen.
just stepping into our bloody power.
Are you okay, Laudna?
Jesus.
Do you see my? Do I have an aura?
Yeah, are you jealous?
Do you? No.
Okay, because they seem like they're bonding.
Do I have an aura?
Step
Yes,
closer.
you
Do you have blood?
do. You've always had one.
Yeah. I see it. There's a tether.
But can you guys share spells and stuff like you were talking about with Fern?
I don't think so.
I don't know. Is Laudna Rudisborn?
No. No, definitely
there's-
not.
There is.
I'm maybe rude as dead, but
There are lots of threads, though.
Yeah, I see. No, seriously though, like
That's just her
everybody
hair, I think.
looks.
sorry.
You said we could see it like little connections with everybody here, right?
What you're noticing here seems to be primarily or ultimately between Rudisborn.
Okay. Sorry, I misunderstood. That was
Now, the second thought that comes to you is if this is what can connect the two of you.
Network.
We should. And that's what can drive
a
you
whole
apart as well.
Well,
Also,
That
other
means
people
they
could,
people who can follow the thread.
or could take advantage of
Or
that.
your mom could sap your sorcery points.
Yes.
That was my
That's what I was
question.
thinking.
Is it, do you have to willingly give up those spell slots, or can you vampirize someone else's
It
slots
doesn't
against
say.
their will?
It says they can sacrifice their spell slots.
Interesting.
It doesn't.
Don't know if you don't try.
You haven't tried it, but
Maybe you could
gonna go
sap
strong.
some magic from Odahan, or she could sap some magic from you.
But I wonder, like, you know, because you were made by fate, and I was
We all.
made by design, I guess. So I wonder if I'm like off the grid a little bit.
I mean, you
You
come
know what I
from
mean?
the Fey realm. I don't think there's a lot of Rudisborn in the Fey realm.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're gonna have to tinker with this. This is cool. All right.
I love you too. You're great.
Your aura is like a soft blue.
Oh yeah, and it's connected to you.
It's just kind of I don't know. It could be just the way the light is bouncing
Yeah,
off
that's
of you.
what it
I'm
is.
not entirely sure.
My lights are on.
Should I try to connect to Predathos? Feel it out?
Yeah, sure. Like, are you scrying? What are you doing?
Probably just like a little opening up my mind to
Okay.
what's.
As long as we're okay having to
What is
take
it?
off pretty quick if things go south.
It could be like a. But we're
And
far
Yeah.
off.
Flare.
it's also the whole reason we're here and we're alone for now. So
But do you think like your mother could connect to that?
Maybe.
I'm not saying it's not worth it.
I think it is good that we still have this spell on us that keeps anything from prying in. That might help protect us a bit. I don't know though.
And it's not like we're super stealthy either. Like we made a fucking mess coming in. So
Make a mess wherever we go.
yeah.
but if it goes wrong, we can leave fast.
Yeah.
Faster than we'll be able to tomorrow.
It's true.
Do it. We'll kill you if it goes sideways.
We'll kill him if it goes
I
sideways.
didn't. That's not true.
I wonder, like, if I would feel you connect.
I don't know.
Fuck
Let me
around
know.
and find out.
Let's see. Yeah. So I'm gonna turn around so I'm not looking at you.
I'm
That'll
gonna
make.
I'm
a
gonna
difference.
pinch Imogen
Ow,
and see
what
if
the
you feel
fuck?
it.
I didn't feel anything.
That really
do
hurt,
not
you
try it.
motherfucker.
Oh, what the?
We're all connected here. All right. I'm gonna sit down and put my palms down, kind of like I did in my dream.
Yeah.
Put my palms down on the ground and reach out, like with open mind, and try to sense Pradathos.
Okay.
That energy that I felt in my dream.
You close your eyes and recall that sensation, that simultaneously reaching out and opening up. And it doesn't take long for that feeling of you dropping out of your own consciousness.
Oh shit.
Like you are tumbling out of the back of a swing, and there's no ground to catch you as you feel the cavern vanish, and the shadow of the surrounding rock takes you. And here, in this familiar void, you feel that presence, that overwhelming presence that vibrates like the slowest, most ancient snore, rumbling through everything that surrounds you. You feel that connection, that welcoming, earnest draw. Like you've never belonged to anything more in your life. And you feel that tug down, down, down. And then you feel it shift as it notices you.
This might have been a mistake.
And you hear in your mind, in your soul, in every vibrating atom in your body, you feel it. Welcome home. Join us. Wake us. This presence, they're not even words, they're just emotions that your brain can only try and comprehend. And the way that it swallows you, shakes you, to where the steeled will that you've worked so hard to build suddenly crumbles. And in that moment of faltering fear, you let it all in. And when it does, you are pulled deeper into the darkness, and suddenly you can see hundreds of little red lights here in the shadow. So many of them. One of them that looks like Fern. Some very bright ones. One that looks like your mother. And they're all moving down. And you feel all of you all connect and network, and suddenly you can feel them all looking towards you. And through all of them you hear once more, wake us. Do you resist, or do you delve deeper?
Go into it. We're here
No
for
way.
a reason. We're here
I'm
for a
gonna try to
reason.
fight it.
We're here for a reason.
No, I'm gonna try to fight it. I'm not gonna, I don't want to wake up.
Start that lawnmower.
No.
He didn't say, "Do you want to wake them?" He said, "Do you want to let yourself go
No, I don't want to go deeper. I don't want to go
She's
deeper. I
all
don't
by
want to go deeper.
herself. She can make her own decisions.
I don't want to go deeper because if I go deeper, I won't be able to fight it. I'll be part of
You
it.
got your friends here.
Are you sure?
You
I
got us.
really
You're
think
connected to
so.
Fern. You love her.
Make a wisdom
I'm here
saving
too.
Do you think your mom's fighting it? Do you think she gave
I
it?
think she tried to fight it, but she's still here. She still wasn't helping us because she got sucked in. But she was trying to fight it for so long.
Just give it to it. Okay.
That's
An
better.
advantage?
That's a 18.
It's an 18.
Oh, there's a little one even.
Yeah, isn't it cool?
Oh, that's how it's called.
That series of red connecting threads, like the tiniest little bridges between all of these people, this network of Ruidusborn, all of these seated figures that have gathered and are still gathering here to this world for what purpose you don't understand, or now you do. To wake them, to wake it. You begin to feel these tethers get stronger and stronger, and you pull back, and with all of your might, in the memory of being a child lost in these dreams, surrounded by dust and red and hopelessness, you scream, and the darkness shatters, and you're back in the cave around your friends. You all watch as Imogen just screams loudly, her eyes bright red, and you watch as all of the spider-like lightning marks on her body brighten like the end of a heated ember before they slowly subside as she returns.
I just quickly grab her and say, shh, 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 shh. Sorry. Is that right? Is that right? Jenny, will you go check the front?
Yeah.
What happened?
There's still time. There's still time. It's not awake yet. Not all the way. Y'all, I don't know if I don't know if I'd be able to fight that again.
Do you think you're like their messiah, their chosen one?
No. No.
If it's not your mother.
They're all chosen. It's all... I saw everybody here. I saw all the Ruidusborn that are here. I saw you.
You did?
You can't fight it.
It seems your experience is so unique compared to, I don't mean this in a bad way, but compared to Fern and...
They seem like they need you.
Yes.
I don't think if Fern tried to do the same thing, she would have the same results.
From my perspective, did I feel anything when she, blipped online?
I mean, her presence, just the nature of her power is something that is very affecting in the vicinity. But when she flared, that tether between the two of you, for a brief moment, almost like the filament in a light bulb kind of glowed.
Did her, the webs of all did they get wider and then smaller? They just were brighter.
They were just brighter.
Okay.
You know, Imogen, I believe you. And I'm guessing you're not wrong. But what they're all gathering here to do is they're going to make it happen one way or another. And you're our best shot of getting close and understanding.
You want me to go back in?
I need you here with us. And we need to keep going.
You don't have to do anything you
Of course she doesn't have to.
do.
But you know what's at stake.
Of course.
You still
But I want to be
pressuring
able
her,
to...
though.
No, I don't think you understand. My mother reached out to me my entire life. As soon as I started feeling that pull, she tried to get me to run away from it. She knew. She knew that once you were in it, you couldn't escape. And I think that's what's happening with her, you know, like.
Okay, game it out with me. We turn around, we run away.
No, I'm not gonna run away. I'm not gonna run away. We need to fight this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying, I don't think if I can keep from delving like that again.
That's not where I'm going. What you just did was dangerous, and we know more now than we did 10 minutes ago. But this is gonna test you.
Yeah.
And the risk. You're right, it's real. But I don't even want to think of the alternative. So does she have to do it? No. But I am pressuring her to do it.
Let's not pretend it's not going to happen one way or another anyway. You're either going to end up down there on your terms or on somebody else's. It's just a fucking inevitability.
And I'm not just pressuring her, I'm pressuring you. And him, and them. Me.
We're all here.
Yeah. It's not a tourist stop.
No.
We're risking everything, because we have to.
This, don't forget Orem. This is a research mission. We're gathering intelligence. We're not going to fight it right now.
And you just did. And there's more to know.
Yeah.
I have another theory. I actually think you might be the key. Your mom, when you saw her before, she didn't try and persuade you to join, right? It was run.
Yeah.
And if they're saying wake us, maybe your mom is actually, hear me out, like a secret agent. Maybe she's trying to keep tabs, and the thing that they need is you. Odahan tried to unlock you, right? So what if this whole time the thing they need is you?
I agree with that. It's kind of what I meant by the Messiah thing, their savior. It's kind of a similar vein.
Which puts us in a very advantageous position. I'm just saying. I would rather have the thing that they want and need than not be able to affect any kind of influence at all. Plus, it might help explain why it's been connected in the sky for so long and nothing's really happened.
It could also be somewhere in between where they need her to make it sooner, faster, easier, but they can still do it without her.
Mm-hmm.
If we knew that it was her, then we should not have you here at all. We should lock you away where they can't find you somewhere.
I don't think that that's an option.
But also, I feel like all the Rylorans that we've met they seem wonderful to me. You know, this is their home.
But to that point, remember when we were coming up here, and the one Ryloran alluded to, good guys versus bad guys up here.
Yeah. They called it what, the Imperium?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, in addition to this research mission, I feel like it would be very beneficial to figure out who that faction of good
Rebel
guys.
Alliance.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Fine.
But the thing is, my stomach is making so many noises. What if... Okay, just hear me out. I'm just gonna try to circle the square here. Like, what if you're supposed to wake up the good guys type of a thing? Like, I know a messiah situation, whatever you want to call it. But, like, maybe your mom wanted you to run because of all the other shit going on. And maybe because you are supposed to wake something up. I don't know. I feel like the Rylorans are not... I feel like we should help them. I mean, this is our home.
Well, and you said you saw Fern in this group.
I'm not that bad guy.
To that point,
Are you?
Well, I mean,
did I get a sense when I was there, like her location? Could I sense that she was next to me?
You can sense that she was very close. And the network of people that you saw, there were very bright ones.
Yeah.
You were a very bright one. Your mother was a very bright one. You saw maybe 24 ones of around that equal level of brightness, with some varying. And there were dozens more that were fainter, like Fern, all Ruidus born. But you could make out that there were exaltants like you, kind of the true final evolution of what the Ruidus born was intended to eventually be. And those that are part of that network, supporting that network. You also got a sense that you could see loosely where they were, the direction where they were from you. And now that you think of where you are and can remember where you were sitting, you also have a pretty strong idea of where that network seemed to gather.
Is it the direction we've been going in?
It's loosely in that direction, but you have a much clearer pinpoint now.
Nice.
Okay.
Question. Oh, sorry.
No, go.
Has Imogen, above table, has Imogen always been exalted, or when Odahan
Nuked her.
forced her, did she then become exalted?
Above table, how does the campaign end?
The best that you can ascertain is that, and from what was read in some of the Grim Verities research notes, is that exaltants are just naturally like the most powerful version of a Ruidus born, but usually through either a severely traumatic event or some sort of outside stimuli causes them to exalt into their realized self. So you get the sense that she's probably always been an exaltant, but it took that moment to unlock her. These storms can be devastating and fast, but they can also leave just as quickly as they arrived.
On foot, here we go.
Instantly. Let's go.
Wait, real quick, wait.
What?
I take Pate, who I spent the time to summon again.
Whoa, where are we?
Oh my god, that's right! You totally died right before we got to the moon! We're on the moon!
That's so freaking cool!
I know!
So what's the plan?
Okay, well, we're kind of on a sneak mission.
Oh, I'm good at those.
You can't get, well, you gotta be quiet, alright? And in fact, so we're gonna turn into clouds, and you can't turn into clouds, but we can fly so fast when we're clouds, so...
Well, I've never tried.
No, you can't. I'm not trying to shoot you down. I believe in you. You can do anything you want. You just can't turn into clouds. But you get to take a little ride in the bag of holding.
Ooh, what's that?
So I actually have a little mission for you. Your own
Ooh,
little,
I like missions.
you have your own little mini mission.
Okay.
Okay. All right. You ready?
Oh, this is smart.
I'm gonna put you in the bag of holding.
All right, what's that?
It's like a little pocket void where there's no air, but it's okay because you don't breathe.
Okay, that sounds fun.
But here's the fun part.
Yeah.
We stuffed a giant behemoth of a Ryloran in there.
Oh.
So I need you to go in, look around, see if you can find them. Tell me if they're alive or dead or if they've exploded from like extreme pressure or something like that.
What?
And then
Okay.
I'm going to pull you back out.
Yeah.
And you're going to tell me what you saw.
Sure.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Auntie Fern's bag. Hop in.
Right.
Got shoved in something else and then in the back.
I'm digging a little hole in the back right now.
Good.
What did you see?
It's just very dark in there. It's nothing but just darkness.
You didn't see anybody else or anything else?
No, I just kind of did a little loop in this space and there was nothing there.
Oh, so I guess they're all in their own little compartments. They do.
I think it's just huge.
It's just that huge.
Yeah.
This is the Sam Raimi moment of this current session.
Oh boy.
Blood splatter on the wall side, buzzsaw sounds, and cutting. Laudna in the corner, grinning like a child on Saturday morning.
Turning into Honey from Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf.
Yep. But you have now a Rylora Juggernaut in pieces.
Can you
Individual
chop off
arms,
his
legs,
index
head.
finger for me?
Oh boy.
Thank you.
We should actually put these back because to Fern's point, we could need bait, we could need a distraction. You never know when you'll need a
need all of
thigh.
it? Maybe just
Sure
a-
you do.
I mean, just like a
You want
couple
to leave
pieces.
something behind?
Yeah, for the whatever lives here.
Oh, like a little tip.
Is
That's fair.
this an insane place to try and plant something? Is it like I've
You
been
tell
trying
me.
to like tap with my hammer and see if I can like
There's soil
get
or
soil
rock?
down like
Oh, to
I can
plant.
something.
What are you trying to plant?
Well,
Oh wait, do we have
We
a
owe-
thing
we owe a
that we're
debt.
supposed to plant on the moon? We told. Oh, what? It's a seed.
Yeah, from the old mine spring. We owe a debt, and
I mean, it's up to you. Think. What does a fungus need to survive?
see, that's what I was saying. I think we should do it deeper. I think we should do it under, because remember, it was low. It was deep underground when we
That's very
found it.
fair.
I think we need to plant it deeper. I want to do it
okay, I was just triple checking.
deeper.
Want to do it deeper?
Yeah.
Okay.
The Juggernaut is just like it has it's like has
That's
like
gonna be
its
harder.
helmet part on the top. Its head just kind of like
Harder.
off to the side.
We're gonna put some
I'm
of
leaving a
the,
tip for the
Minute.
cave, though.
we'll leave his
Okay.
torso and we'll put some of the like
Limbs
his
and-
limbs
yeah.
back in there.
People will be shitty, but we have plenty of good people. Plenty of people who would love to fucking meet you, and plenty of well, both. We're special that way.
Sorry. I don't know what is wrong with me.
I know.
It's fine. It's fine.
Well, they have open
It's fine
sex
because,
here.
like, you know,
Communal.
There's zero impulse control.
Bombarded with all these thoughts all the time.
look, you might as well give it a go. You never know what you're gonna like.
It's true, your folk are quite perverted. We've noticed over the
know.
generations.
I guess I'm a
Everybody's
bit
unique. I'm sorry, Lauren.
confused though. You're connected to the Dreamkeeper through the weave, and the Rylorans make you all peek in at our dreams. Why? To what end? Does it feed the one who sleeps?
Not really certain myself. It's just kind of how it's always been.
Okay.
Am I
You
still
and me
Cass?
come up with something.
Okay.
About now, you've
Figure out
reformed.
the fireball sounds.
Do y'all have anything in town that would make an explosion?
Welcome back.
Thank you. I'm so,
Oh, you're here.
so sorry.
What,
I
are you
know
all right?
I'm so sorry.
Not interesting. I didn't know that you'd join with the Vanguard as well.
You didn't know you had such good taste?
Gives you this intense stare, as does the companion who hasn't entered the chamber, who's just kind of arms crossed and looking at you in the interior here. High Drogo goes, well, isn't this just good fortune for us all? Well, I certainly am happy to have you amongst our... how long have you been here, then?
About a week now.
About a week.
I'm happy to have you here as well.
I cast unsettling presence on them.
Oh, they can't see.
Still makes you get giddly jeebies.
Now that-
wow.
They feel it.
Oh wow.
Okay. As they're, blindfolded, look away, and they're kind of like gritting and essentially holding a indomitable position here on the floor that they're tied down. And as soon as you focus on them,
I'm going to make my face look gaunt and chunks of my flesh are falling off from my form of dread. My eyes turn into empty sockets like a far decayed corpse. And
horrifying.
I lift up her blindfold and I say, you're gonna answer some questions, or else we're gonna send you to a place far worse than your grave. Take it from me.
The somewhat furrowed, mostly bone brow that sits atop the Willmaster's head softens, and you can see the cartilage kind of pop as the eyes go wider. The gritted teeth turn into like a bit of a grimace.
Don't feel any magic running through your veins, do you? So you best trust me when I give you this warning. But if you answer all of our questions and you're a good little girl, then maybe we can make a deal. Understood? You start now by answering questions. That was the first one.
You see it like trying to, its expressions shifting. And you get the sense that it's like having to remember how to talk with its mouth.
I will talk. Yeah.
Good. Laudna pops into Imogen's head. I would love to know more about what he knows about Luminous' plan, but I don't want to reveal that we don't know. Are you able to push into his mind? Say, like, we gotta make sure you're telling the truth, just protocol.
Sure.
Also might be able to get that out of them on the road.
Yeah, but also I don't think they know very much. But I can push in if you think it'd be wise.
I don't know, grasping at straws, but
I think this is a good end. I think just having some friends is a good idea, especially if they're not in too deep and don't know too much.
So don't push in.
No.
Not yet.
All right.
unless could you do that on the Willmaster before?
Oh, I could. Yes, I could do that. Let me see what I have. Yeah, I could do it.
Okay.
All right.
So what's the plan?
Well, I like this story.
Yeah.
Willmaster was a traitor. Can roll with that.
Sure.
Is this kid okay?
Let's take both of them with us.
We haven't convinced him of anything yet. We just said that the Willmaster is a traitor.
Sure. And we're joining the caravan.
Okay.
Seems
So,
like they seem
We are
convinced.
releasing them. Verdo, do not speak of this to anyone else. I don't know who on that caravan is a traitor.
Of course. No.
We'll seek them out, though.
If I hear or see anything, I'll let you know.
Thank you.
Discreetly, of course.
Of course. You and Petrov, I believe, can head back to the caravan.
Very well.
If anyone asks, Willmaster disappeared with a stampede.
Right.
Do you need anybody to go with you?
Maybe.
Do we have any healing?
A little, yeah.
It wouldn't hurt to
They do look a bit fucked up.
pick them up a notch. Might not be a bad idea.
They're fairly bloodied and beaten.
I have one spell that I'd like to use on one of them.
I can do some.
Yeah, it
Sure.
might be good to not send them back looking
Like ass? I'll heal this guy. Cure wounds.
Okay.
Level 3.
Level 3, go ahead and roll it up. 3d8 plus
Right
your
before
wisdom.
he reaches his hand out to heal him, though, I grab FCG's hand and I just lean in super close to this guy. You're talking to the daughter of Lillian Dumont, one of the highest ranking people in the Vanguard.
All right.
If you betray her, if you betray us, we'll know.
Okay.
Now I light FCG.
That is the method with which we kill the Willmaster.
She shouldn't go to waste. And I am going to do Hunger of the Shadow on her.
So you're doing what?
Hunger of the Shadow on the Willmaster.
Before I.
Oh.
For the.
Okay, I was.
Before we go.
Whoa. Yeah, if you're doing a thing, I'm just gonna run over to the elder while you're doing your shit.
You hear the creaking of branches and a shadowed memory of a dead tree crawls past your shoulders as you feel the cold but somehow welcoming presence of Delilah Briarwood fill your spirit as your claw reaches out to grasp the front of the Willmaster. You watch as the entity kind of looks towards you, coming to consciousness just long enough to realize what's happening. And for a moment, you almost pity it. But so much stronger than the pity is the hunger. You watch as the kind of deep red, pinkish tones turn to a dull, ashy gray. The eyes go pale, snowblind.
I
The
just
face
say,
sinks.
right before she retires, I just say, your power should have been mine and not gone to the halfling.
With that look, her body begins to disintegrate into dust and ash. You feel that beat once more, and you hear the inside of your ear and mind. Very good. Very, very good, my dear. Now, on to the next.
It's time to go.
All of them are already turning into gas.
Yeah, grab the hole and go.
Yep.
All right.